Custodian sees homeless man being humiliated and does something shocking without knowing he was a disguised multi-millionaire CEO. Marina Hayes pushes the cleaning cart through the gleaming corridors of Prestige Plaza at 6 in the morning. The polished marble floors reflect her tired face. 15 years of the same routine. 15 years of being invisible. She stops in front of the window at the luxury jewelry store, Tiffany & Company. There it is, the necklace she's always admired. Delicate. Gold. $890 on the tag. 2 months' salary. Gabriella deserved something like that for her high school graduation. But graduation was in 3 months, and the bank account showed just $437. Dreaming big again, Marina? The sharp voice makes Marina turn around. Valerie Drummond walks toward her with that smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Heels clicking on the floor. Impeccable red pantsuit. Good morning, Ms. Valerie. Good morning. Look at the floor near the food court. Looks like you didn't clean it properly yesterday. I'll have to dock your pay if you keep up this quality of work. Marina swallows hard. I cleaned it 3 times, Ms. Valerie. The Italian restaurant spilled sauce after I left. Always an excuse, huh? Valerie steps closer, invading Marina's personal space. People like you never take responsibility. That's why you stay where you are. Marina's phone vibrates. A text from Gabriella, Mom, the school needs $250 for graduation supplies. By Friday. Friday. 3 days away. Marina takes a deep breath. Excuse me, Ms. Valerie. I need to get back to work. Valerie laughs. A humorless sound. Yeah, you do that. And this time, do it right. 2 hours later, Marina is in the break room, pulling her lunch from her bag when she sees through the window. A man. Long, tangled beard. Ragged clothes. Sitting on the ground near the employee entrance. He's not begging. Just sitting. Watching the people go by. Marina knows that look. Empty. Hopeless. She opens her lunchbox. Rice, beans, and 2 pieces of chicken. Gabriella had gotten up early to make it. Eat it all, Mom. You need the energy. Marina looks at the food. Looks at the man outside. Closes the lunchbox. Richard Ellis feels the cold concrete seeping through his clothes. The 5th person walks by him, averting their eyes in disgust. The 6th spits on the ground. The 7th quickens her pace as if he's about to attack her. 30 years building an empire. 20 shopping malls. 500 million in assets. And now? Invisible. Worse than invisible. A nuisance. Excuse me. Richard looks up. A woman approaches. Blue custodian uniform. Tired face but kind eyes. She's holding a lunchbox. Have you eaten today, sir? Richard hesitates. Part of the experiment was to not talk much. Just observe. But something in her voice. No. Marina squats down beside him. Opens the lunchbox. The smell of home-cooked food fills the chilly morning air. Here. It's still warm. I can't take that. It's your lunch. I'll eat later. I have some crackers in my bag. A lie. But a necessary one. Please. Do me a favor and take it. Richard takes the lunchbox with trembling hands. Not from the cold. From shock. When was the last time someone looked him in the eye like that? Without wanting anything. Just, seeing him. Thank you. What's your name? Richard. Nice to meet you, Richard. I'm Marina. She smiles. Take care, okay? And if you need a blanket, there's a shelter on Elm Street. They help out. Marina stands and heads back inside the building. Richard looks at the food. Simple food. Made with care. Given without hesitation by someone who clearly had little. He feels something strange in his chest. Something he hasn't felt in months. Hope. Valerie watches the whole thing from the second-floor window. Jaw clenched. Eyes narrowed. That idiot. Feeding a bum. She picks up the intercom phone. Jenna, send Marina up to my office. Now. 3 minutes later, Marina is standing in front of Valerie's desk. No chair offered. Do you have any idea what you just did? Ms. Valerie, You attracted a homeless guy to the employee entrance. That gives the mall a terrible image. We're trying to maintain a luxury environment, and you bring in the riffraff. He's not riffraff. He's a human being who's hungry. Silence. Valerie stands slowly. Repeat that. Marina feels her legs shake, but she keeps her voice steady. I said he's a human being. Hungry. Like I am. Like you were once, before you forgot where you came from. The slap cuts through the air before Marina can react. Her cheek stings. The taste of blood in her mouth. How dare you talk to me like that? Valerie is red-faced. I built my career with hard work. I'm not like you people, waiting for handouts and charity. Marina swallows the blood. I don't wait for anything from anyone. I work. Honestly. Honestly? Valerie laughs. 3-day suspension. Unpaid. And if I catch you talking to bums again, it's termination for cause. Got it? 3 days. $340 less. It wouldn't cover Gabriella's supplies. It wouldn't cover anything. Marina feels the tears burn, but they don't fall. Got it. Now get out of my sight. Marina leaves the mall at 2 in the afternoon. Suspended. Humiliated. Broken. Richard is still there. Sitting in the same spot. Empty lunchbox beside him. He looks up as Marina approaches. You okay? I saw they called you inside. I'm fine. A lie. You're not. You're crying. Marina touches her face. She hadn't realized the tears had escaped. I'm sorry. Richard tries to stand. I caused you trouble. No. You didn't do anything. Marina sits on the ground beside him. Who cares now? My boss is just complicated. Complicated how? The kind who forgot that poor people are human too. Richard nods. He knows the type. He has had plenty working for him. Not after this experience. She suspended you? 3 days. For giving me food? For treating you like a human. Silence. The noise of traffic fills the space between them. Marina glances at her watch. I have to go. My daughter gets home from school soon. Your daughter, how old? 17. Turning 18 in 3 months. At graduation. Her voice catches. If she can graduate. Marina stands. Opens her purse. Pulls out her wallet. 3 $50 bills. Savings from 2 months. For Gabriella's supplies. She looks at Rick. Hard. At the ragged clothes. The bare feet. Closes her eyes. Takes a deep breath. Puts the 3 bills in his hand. Buy some shoes. And a coat. It's supposed to get cold this week. Richard freezes. No. I can't take this. You can. Marina closes his hand around the money. You need it more than I do. But your daughter, God provides for those who share their bread. My grandma always said that. Marina smiles through the tears. And I believe it. She turns to leave. Marina. She stops. Why? You don't know me. I could be dangerous. An addict. Anything. Marina turns back. Looks him in the eye. I see you, Richard. For real. And what I see is a good man going through a rough patch. We don't turn our backs on good people. And she walks away. Richard sits there. Holding $150 that means everything to that woman and nothing to him. Feeling something break and rebuild inside his chest. Would you give your last money to a stranger on the street, knowing your own daughter might go without what she needs? Where is the line between kindness and irresponsibility? Gabriella is doing homework at the kitchen table when Marina gets home. The apartment is small. 2 bedrooms. 1 bathroom. But clean. Organized. Full of love. Mom. You're home early. Marina drops her purse. Hugs her daughter tightly. Too tightly. Mom? What happened? Marina pulls away. Tries to smile. Nothing much. They gave me a few days off. Off? Gabriella frowns. She knows her mom. Or suspended. Silence. Mom. It was a misunderstanding. I'll fix it. Marina goes to the stove. You eaten yet? Mom, forget food. Tell me what happened. Marina sighs. Sits in the chair beside her daughter. Tells her everything. Valerie. The homeless man. The suspension. The money. Gabriella goes pale. You gave the $150 for my supplies? Gabby, how could you? The girl's voice cracks. I have to pay by Friday. The school won't let me graduate if I don't. I'll figure it out. I'll ask for an advance, pick up extra shifts, you're suspended. Gabriella stands. Tears streaming. You always do this. You always put everyone else before your own family. Gabriella, don't say that. That man on the street is more important than me? Then my graduation? It's not like that, then what is it? Gabriella grabs her backpack. I'm going to my room. I don't want to talk. The door slams. Marina sits alone in the kitchen. The silence heavy. The guilt even heavier. She looks in the fridge. 2 eggs. Half a loaf of bread. Milk running low. Opens her wallet. $23. She rests her head on the table and finally cries. Richard spends the night in a hotel. He can't take sleeping on the street anymore. The experiment has given him what he needs. But he returns the next day. He needs to see Marina again. She doesn't show. Not the second day either. On the 3rd day, she arrives. Puffy eyes. Exhausted face. When she sees Richard, she looks away. Marina. She stops but doesn't turn. Please. Talk to me. I can't. If Ms. Valerie sees me talking to you again. Forget Valerie. Richard stands. Are you okay? I'm fine. You're not. Marina finally looks at him. My daughter won't talk to me. Because of the money I gave you. She thinks I love strangers more than her. And you explained, I did. She won't listen. Marina wipes her eyes. And she's right, you know? I should have thought of her first. You thought about saving me from freezing. You won't freeze. But my daughter might miss her graduation. Her voice breaks. The graduation she worked 12 years for. Richard feels the guilt tighten. How much is left? No. I'm not taking money from you. Marina, you probably already spent the $150 I gave you. And that's fine. That's what it was for. She takes a deep breath. I need to get to work. Wait. Richard rummages in his pockets. Finds a crumpled piece of paper. Writes down a number. If you need anything. Anything at all. Call me. Marina takes the paper without looking. Thank you. And she enters the mall. Valerie is waiting. Leaning against Marina's cleaning cart. Poisonous smile. Welcome back. Ms. Valerie. I saw you out there. Talking to your homeless buddy again. Marina freezes. Oh, you thought I wouldn't see? Valerie steps closer. I see everything that happens in MY Mall. Do you know what I'm going to do? Valerie pulls out her phone. Takes a photo of Marina. I'm going to spread it to all the staff. Tell them our dear Marina is in a relationship with a homeless guy. That's not true. True? Valerie laughs. Honey, truth is what I say it is. And I say you're a pathetic custodian who gives money and attention to street bums because she can't get a real man. Stop it. Or what? You'll cry. Complain to someone? Valerie leans in closer. Who do you think they'll believe? The general manager with an MBA from Harvard or the custodian who barely finished high school? Marina clenches her fists. Every muscle screaming to fight back. But she has Gabriella. Bills. A life she can't risk. Excuse me. I need to work. Valerie blocks the path. I'm not done. This weekend is the charity gala. You'll work it. And you'll behave. No talking to homeless guys. No causing trouble. Got it? Got it. And Marina? Valerie smiles. Wear the old uniform. The nice ones for staff who respect themselves. At lunch, Marina hides in the bathroom. Doesn't want to see anyone. Doesn't want to hear the whispers that have already started. Her phone rings. Gabriella. Hello? Mom. The girl's voice sounds off. Weak. Gabby? You okay? At school, some girls, they're saying you're dating a homeless guy. The world stops. What? They saw it on Facebook. Someone from the mall posted it. Gabriella is crying. Is it true? No. Of course not. I just helped a man who was hungry. Everyone's laughing at me, Mom. Saying my mom's crazy. That she prefers bums to her own daughter. Gabriella, listen to me, I have to go. I have a test. Gabby, the call drops. Marina looks in the mirror. Sees a broken woman. Humiliated. Destroyed. But still standing. She washes her face. Takes a deep breath. And goes back to work. Because that's what she does. Always has. Always will. Survive. Richard watches from afar. Sees Marina being whispered about. Pointed at. Laughed at. Sees Valerie orchestrating it all like a cruel can do. Tor. And he decides he's seen enough. He pulls out his phone. Calls his personal assistant. Carl. I need you to investigate someone. Valerie Drummond. Manager at Prestige Plaza. I want everything. Finances. Contracts. Messages. All of it. Suspecting something specific, sir? Richard looks at Valerie through the window. She's laughing with other staff. Pointing at Marina cleaning the floor. I suspect she's exactly the kind of person who needs to be exposed. Understood. How much time do I have? The charity gala is Saturday. I want it all by then. It'll be done. Richard hangs up. Looks at the paper with the number he gave Marina. She won't call. He knows the type. Proud. Strong. Even when broken. But it doesn't matter. He'll help her anyway. Because she helped him when he was nobody. And now it's his turn to pay it back. When someone tries to destroy your reputation with lies, is it worth keeping your dignity or time to hit back with the same coin? How far does the capacity to forgive cruelty go? Thursday night. Gabriella finally comes out of her room. Marina is in the living room. Sewing the torn uniform. No money for a new one. Mom. Marina looks up. Hey, kiddo. Gabriella sits on the couch. Silent for a moment. I'm sorry. For what? For yelling at you. For saying you don't love me. The tears return. I know you love me. I know everything you do is for me. Marina sets down the sewing. Sits beside her daughter. Hugs her tightly. I'm the one who's sorry, Gabby. You were right. I should have thought twice before giving that money. No. Gabriella pulls away. Looks her mom in the eye. You did the right thing. How? I've been thinking about that man. Richard. He's a human being. And you're the kind of person who can't turn her back when someone needs help. Gabriella smiles through tears. And I don't want you to change that. Even if it means I don't get to graduate. Marina cups her daughter's face. You will graduate. I promise. How? I don't know yet. But you will. They hug again. Tight. Long, Mom. Yeah. I love you. I love you too, kiddo. More than anything in this world. Friday morning. Carl shows up at the hotel where Richard is staying. Thick folder in hand. Serious expression. Got it? Got it. And sir. Carl opens the folder. It's worse than we thought. Richard examines the documents. Fraudulent contracts. Shell companies. Embezzlement totaling over $2 million. How long has she been doing this? 4 years. Since she became general manager. Carl points to a spreadsheet. Look here. She inflates event costs and pockets the difference. Tomorrow's charity gala. Official budget, $300,000. Real cost, $120,000. She's skimming $180,000. Richard feels the anger rise. While she humiliates employees making minimum wage. There's more. Carl shows photos. She has a pattern. Targets employees she sees as weak. Usually women. Publicly humiliates them. Creates a toxic environment. Several lawsuits settled out of court with NDAs. How many? 17 in the last 3 years. And no one told me? The settlements had confidentiality clauses. And she's good at covering tracks. Carl hesitates. Sir, are you sure you want to expose this tomorrow? In front of all the executives? Richard looks out the window. Sees Prestige Plaza in the distance. I am. And it'll be right where she's showing off. In front of everyone she's tried to impress. And the custodian? Marina? She'll be there too. Working. Probably getting humiliated again. Richard closes the folder. But this time it'll be different. This time she'll see justice. Saturday. Day of the charity gala. Marina arrives early. Valerie texted, "Be here by 2 p.m. Don't you dare be late. The ballroom is being decorated. Expensive flowers. Sophisticated arrangements. Everything screaming luxury. Valerie appears in a royal blue gown. Jewelry sparkling. Perfect smile. Marina. Glad you made it. The tone is sweet. Fake. I need you handling cleanup during the event. Any mess, you clean it up immediately. Got it? Got it. And Marina? Valerie leans in. Whispers. Your homeless friend isn't showing up here, is he? It'd be a shame to call security. Marina grips the cleaning rag. He won't come. Good. Valerie steps back. Oh, and stick with that old uniform. It's more fitting for your position. The event starts at 7 p.m. Executives arrive in luxury cars. Designer suits. Evening gowns. Champagne served. Marina is in the corner. Invisible. Holding the bucket and rag. Valerie circulates. Laughing. Charming. The perfect host. Ladies and gentlemen. She taps her crystal glass. Welcome to our annual charity gala. All proceeds tonight go to local nonprofits helping the underprivileged in our city. Applause. Marina feels the irony burn. And we have a special surprise today. Valerie continues. We've been told the CEO of Ellis Holdings himself, Mr. Richard Ellis, might honor us with his presence. Excited murmurs. Everyone looks to the entrance. That's when it happens. The door opens. And in walks the homeless man. Richard. Tangled beard. Ragged clothes. Barefoot. The room freezes. Security advances immediately. Stop. Valerie shouts. She marches to the entrance. Furious. How dare you come in here? Marina sees the scene. Her heart races. She drops the bucket and runs. He's my friend. Everyone looks at her. Valerie turns. Eyes wide. What? Marina positions herself between Richard and security. He's my friend. You can't treat him like this. Your friend? Valerie laughs. Loud. Hysterical. This stinking bum is your friend? Yes. You hear that, everyone? Valerie turns to the crowd. Our custodian brings a homeless guy to our gala. This is the kind of staff we have here. Nervous laughter. Pitying looks. Disgust. Marina feels the tears, but holds them back. Valerie steps closer. You're fired, Marina. Grab your filthy things, your disgusting friend, and get out now. Marina takes Richard's hand. Starts to walk away. Marina. Richard's voice. Different. Clear. Authoritative. She stops. Thank you. He gently releases her hand. Turns to face Valerie. Thank you for showing me exactly what I needed to see. And then it happens. Richard removes the beanie. Straightens his posture. The transformation is instant. Executives start standing. Shocked faces. Mr. Ellis? Valerie. E pales. Her legs shake. No, it can't be. Surprise. Richard looks around. Over the last 2 weeks, I conducted a social experiment. I disguised myself as a homeless man and observed how my employees and managers treat those they consider beneath them. Absolute silence. The results were revealing. He points to Marina. This woman, who earns $1,500 a month, was the only person in this entire establishment who treated me with basic human dignity. Not only that, she gave me her last $150. Money meant for her daughter's high school graduation. She gave it because she saw a human in need. Marina trembles, trying to process. And you? Richard turns to Valerie. You revealed not just systematic cruelty, but this. Carl appears from nowhere. Projects documents on a massive screen. Fraudulent contracts. Embezzlement. All exposed. $2 million in 4 years. Richard walks toward Valerie. While humiliating employees who can barely pay rent. While organizing charity events and stealing money meant to help the poor. Valerie tries to speak. Stammers. This isn't, there's an explanation. The police are already on their way. Richard gestures. 2 officers enter. Ms. Valerie Drummond, you're under arrest for embezzlement, fraud, and conspiracy. No. Valerie tries to run. The officers grab her. You can't do this to me. I built this mall. I'm important. You're a criminal. Richard turns to her one last time. And now everyone knows. Valerie is dragged out. Screaming. Crying. Destroyed. Who deserves more respect, someone whose power is built on lies and cruelty, or someone with honesty amid poverty? What truly defines a person's worth? The room is in absolute shock. Executives whispering. Cell phones recording. Marina is frozen. Staring at Richard. The man she fed. Helped. Defended. You're the owner of all this? Richard turns to her. For the first time, she sees it in his eyes. Not a homeless man. But a man. Powerful. Rich. Completely out of her world. I am. Why? Why pretend to be? Why let me give you that money? Why let me go through all this? Because I had to know. Richard steps closer. I had to know if genuine kindness still exists in the world. If there's someone who does the right thing even when it costs everything. And you. His voice catches. You showed me it does. Marina shakes her head. You tricked me. I know. And I'm sorry. Sorry? Marina laughs without humor. You watched me get humiliated. Suspended. Destroyed. And did nothing. I had to be sure of what? That I was stupid enough to give my last money to a billionaire in disguise? The tears finally fall. My daughter got bullied because of me. My reputation was ruined. And you watched it all? Marina, no. She steps back. Don't say my name like you know me. You don't know me. And I don't know you. Richard feels his chest tighten. Please. Let me make it up to you. Let me help you and Gabriella. I don't want your help. Marina grabs her purse. I don't want anything from you. Marina, wait, I said no. The shout echoes through the room. Everyone watching. Marina looks around. Sees the executives. The jewelry. The luxury. This world was never hers. Never will be. She turns and walks to the exit. Marina. Richard follows. Please. Just hear me out for 5 minutes. She stops at the door. Doesn't turn. You wanted to see genuine kindness? Congrats. You did. I was genuine. Honest. Everything my grandma taught me to be. Her voice breaks. And you used it. Turned my life into an experiment. It wasn't just an experiment. You touched me for real, no. Marina finally turns. Tears streaming. You don't get to say that. You toyed with my life. My daughter's feelings. All to prove some theory about human nature. I wanted to find someone real. And you did. Marina yells. And you destroyed her in the process. Silence. Richard sees the pain in her eyes. Pure. Real. Caused by him. Marina. I'm so sorry. Me too. She wipes her face. Sorry, I believe there was kindness in you too. And she leaves. The door closes. Richard stands in the middle of the luxury ballroom. Surrounded by executives. Power. Wealth. Completely empty. Carl approaches. Sir, want me to go after her? No. Richard looks at the door. She's right. I used her. Manipulated her kindness to prove a point. But your intentions were good, intentions? Richard laughs bitterly. What are good intentions when the result is pain? He looks at the executives still in the room. All watching. Waiting. The event's over. Everyone can leave. Marina gets home an hour later. Gabriella is in the living room. Sees her mom enter crying. Mom! What happened? Marina collapses on the couch. Tells her everything. Richard. The disguise. The reveal. All of it. Gabriella listens in silence. Processing. So, he's rich? Super rich? Super rich. And he offered help? He did. And you turned it down? I did. Gabriella sits beside her mom. Why? Because. Marina searches for words. Because I don't want help that comes from lies. Manipulation. I helped that man because I thought he needed it. Because my heart told me to. Not because I expected a reward. But Mom, he could change our lives. By changing who we are. Do you want money from someone who played with our feelings? Gabriella falls silent. I raised you with values, Gabby. To be honest. Not to sell your dignity for cash. Marina takes her daughter's hand. And dignity is all we have. What about graduation? Marina takes a deep breath. We'll figure it out. Without his help. Gabriella hugs her mom. Tight. I love you, Mom. And you're right. We don't need him. But the world doesn't end there. Monday morning. Marina wakes to her phone exploding. Texts. Calls. Notifications. Mom. You're viral. Gabriella yells from the living room. What? Marina rushes in. Gabriella shows her phone. Video from the gala. Her confrontation with Valerie. Richard's reveal. All recorded. All shared. 5 million views. Kind-hearted custodian confronts disguised CEO, woman rejects billionaire's help out of pride, the dark side of social experiments, Marina sits. Dizzy. People are split, Mom. Half saying you got used. Half saying you should have taken the help. The phone rings. Unknown number. Hello? Marina Hayes? Male voice. Professor. Onal. Yes? This is Ryan Torres from the local news desk at Channel 7. We'd like to interview you about the Richard Ellis case. No, thank you, we pay $5,000 for the interview. Marina freezes. $5,000. It would solve everything. I need to think. We have other interests. Need an answer today. Marina looks at Gabriella. At the small apartment. At the life they're holding together. No. Sorry. I don't want to talk about it. And hangs up. Gabriella's eyes widen. Mom. That was $5 grand. $5 grand to turn our pain into entertainment. Marina breathes deep. I'm not doing it. Meanwhile, Richard is in his corner office atop the corporate tower. Watching the same news. Reading the comments. Carl enters. Sir, the press wants interviews. About the experiment. About Marina. Turn them all down. But sir, it's a chance to control the narrative. There's no narrative to control. Richard shuts down the computer. I was wrong. Period. The board is worried about the company's image. The company will be fine. Valerie's exposed. The frauds are handled. That's what matters. And Marina? Richard is quiet. I lost her. Because of my own arrogance. Sir, maybe if you go in person. No. Richard stands. She made it clear. She wants nothing from me. And I'll respect that. Even if it means leaving her to struggle. She's always struggled. And always survived. Richard looks out the window. Without my help. Without anyone's. Because she's stronger than anyone I've ever met. Is it possible to forgive someone who hurt you, even unintentionally, if they have the power to completely change your life? Is pride worth more than a secure future? 2 weeks pass. Marina gets a new job. Cleaning at a small office building. Lower pay. But honest work. Gabriella sells some stuff. Runs a raffle. Scrapes together $180 of the $250 for graduation supplies. Mother and daughter work together. Fight together. It's Thursday night when someone knocks on the door. Marina opens it. Richard. But not the CEO. Not the homeless man. Just a man. Jeans. Simple shirt. Tired eyes. I know you don't want to see me. Marina holds the door. Then why come? Because I need to talk. And then I'll leave. Forever, if that's what you want. Gabriella appears behind her mom. Let him in, Mom. Gabby, let him. We need to hear this. Marina hesitates. Opens the door. Richard enters. Looks around. The simple apartment. Clean. Full of love. Go ahead. Marina crosses her arms. Richard takes a deep breath. You were right. About everything. I used you. Turned your kindness into an experiment. I thought I was doing something noble, but I was just feeding my ego. Marina doesn't respond. I've spent the last 2 weeks thinking. About what you said. About genuine kindness versus manipulation. He looks her in the eye. And I realized something. You weren't the only one who passed the test, Marina. You were the one who truly tested me. How? You saw me when I had nothing. Treated me like a human when everyone ignored me. And when you found out who I was. He smiles sadly. You didn't change. You didn't try to take advantage. You didn't butter me up. You confronted me. Told me the truth. Even knowing I could change your life. And that means more than any wealth I have. Richard pulls an envelope from his pocket. This is yours. Not charity. A debt. Marina takes the envelope. Opens it. Check for $150. The money you gave me. With interest. Richard smiles. But the interest isn't cash. Then what is? Gabriella. Richard turns to the girl. Your mom told me you want to study medicine. I do. Ellis Holdings has a scholarship program. For children of employees with exceptional academic performance. He hands her a paper. You qualify. Full ride. Any university in the country. Housing. Books. Everything. Gabriella's eyes widen. I. But there's a condition. Richard looks at Marina. Your mom has to accept a job. Marina frowns. What job? Director of Human Resources at Ellis Holdings. $15,000 a month. Salary. Your role would be to implement policies for treating all employees with dignity. Be my advisor on how to treat people with the humanity they all deserve. Richard. I know you don't trust me. I know I hurt you. He breathes deep. But this isn't about trust. It's about you being the most qualified for the job. Because you've lived the pain of being invisible. Of being treated as less. And you never let it make you cruel. Marina looks at Gabriella. At her daughter's shining eyes. Full of hope. Looks at the check. $150. Symbolic. Looks at Richard. Vulnerable. Honest. If I accept. She chooses her words carefully. It's not because I forgive you. I'm still hurt. Still think you were wrong. I know. And I don't want special treatment. I want to work for real. Earn my pay. You will. And Gabriella only gets the scholarship if she truly qualifies. No favors. She qualifies. We checked. Richard smiles. Her grades are perfect. Marina looks at her daughter. What do you think, Gabby? Gabriella hugs her mom. I think we deserve this chance, Mom. You deserve it. Marina closes her eyes. Feels the weight of 15 years of struggle. Invisibility. Humiliation. Feels the possibility of change too. Dignity. A future. Okay. She opens her eyes. I accept. Richard smiles. Not triumph. Gratitude. Thank you. But Richard? Yes? You'll have to prove you've changed. Not with words. With actions. I will. Every day. 6 months later. Marina is in her office on the 15th floor. City view. Big desk. But she keeps the cleaning cart in the corner. To never forget where I came from, she says. The policies she implemented revolutionized the company. Minimum wages up 40%. Anonymous reporting hotline that's already caught 5 abusive managers. Universal respect program that's become a national model. Gabriella got into UCLA. Medicine. Full scholarship. She calls every day. Excited. Happy. Alive. Richard keeps a professional distance. Respects Marina's boundaries. But they've built something. Not friendship yet. But mutual respect. Trust in the making. One afternoon, Marina is reviewing reports when Richard knocks. Can I come in? Sure. He enters. Seems nervous. I need to tell you something. What is it? Valerie's arrest, it started a wave. 3 other EXE. Cut-Ives investigated. Similar frauds. All exposed. That's good. It is. But. Richard hesitates. Some people are saying I only did the homeless experiment as an excuse to spy on employees. That it was unethical. Marina leans back in her chair. Was it? No. My real intent was to find true kindness. But. He sighs. Maybe they're right about the ethics. Maybe they are. Do you think I should apologize publicly? Marina thinks. I think you should do what your heart tells you. Like I did when I gave you that $150. Richard smiles. Your heart always tells you to do the right thing, huh? Not always. But I try to listen. Comfortable silence. Marina? Yeah? Have you forgiven me? For real? Marina looks at him. Really looks. Sees the man behind the power. The human behind the wealth. Forgiveness is a process, Richard. Not an event. She smiles faintly. But I'm getting there. How long will it take? I don't know. Maybe years. Maybe never fully. She leans forward. But what I learned is forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to move forward even while remembering. Richard nods. Thank you. For giving me this chance. Thank you for proving it's worth it. 1 year later. Gabriella's graduation. Medicine. UCLA. Marina is in the audience. New dress. Not too expensive. But nice. Dignified. Richard is 3 rows back. Not as boss. As someone who cares. Marina Hayes. Gabriella walks the stage. Takes her diploma. Smiles at her mom. Marina cries. Pride. Joy. Fulfillment. After the ceremony, Gabriella runs to hug her mom. We did it, Mom. We did it. You did it, kiddo. You. No. We. Gabriella holds her mom's face. I wouldn't be here without you. Without your strength. Your kindness. Without you believing that doing the right thing is always worth it. Richard approaches. Slowly. Respectfully. Congratulations, Gabriella. Thank you, Mr. Richard. Just Richard. He looks at Marina. If your mom allows. Marina smiles. You can call him Richard. Progress. 2 years after that fateful gala. Marina is lecturing at a university. Corporate ethics and human dignity. The hall is packed. Students. Executives. Journalists. Many ask if I regret those $150 I gave to a stranger on the street. Marina looks at the audience. The answer is no. I'll never regret following my heart. But don't you think you were used? Someone yells from the crowd. I was. But not how you think. Marina smiles. I used my kindness as a tool for change. And it worked. Not because I got material rewards. But because I proved to myself it's possible to hold on to values in a world that constantly tries to make you give up. Applause. The real question isn't if kindness is worth it. It's, what kind of world do we want to build? One where kindness is weakness or one where it's strength? Standing ovation. Richard watches the lecture from his office. Live stream. Carl enters. Company stock is up 23% since Marina took over HR, employees are more productive. Turnover down 67%. I know. She's transformed the company, sir. No. She revealed what it always should have been. Richard turns off the computer. Carl, I want to do something. What? Create a foundation. In Marina's name. To help single moms struggling to raise kids. Education. Housing. Support. How much to start? 10 million. Carl's eyes widen. That's significant. That woman gave me $150 when she had nothing. I can give 10 million when I have so much. Richard smiles. And this time, it's not an experiment. It's gratitude. When Marina learns about the foundation, she cries. Not from sadness. From fulfillment. Because she gets it now. It wasn't about the $150. Never was. It was about planting a seed of kindness in barren soil. And watching it grow. Bloom. Transform. She picks up the phone. Calls Richard. Hello? Hey. It's me. Marina. Hey. The foundation, thank you. No need to thank. It's only fair. Silence. Richard? Yes? I forgive you. She hears his breath catch. For real? For real. You proved people can change. Grow. Be better. Thank you. Voice thick. That means everything. And Richard? Yes? Want to come for dinner Saturday? Gabriella and I are making chili. Long pause. I'd love to. Epilogue. 5 years after the street encounter. Marina is at Prestige Plaza. Not as a custodian. As a guest speaker for the company's annual event. She passes the employee entrance. Sees a young custodian. Cleaning the floor. Marina approaches. Hi. What's your name? The girl looks up. Surprised. Jenna. Nice to meet you, Jenna. How long have you worked here? 3 months. How is it? Do they treat you well? Jenna smiles. Really well. My boss is amazing. She says every job has dignity. That custodians are as important as executives. Marina smiles. The policies she implemented. Working. Can I give you some advice, Jenna? Sure. Never let anyone make you feel small because of your job. You're important. You matter. And your kindness. Marina gently touches the girl's shoulder. Your kindness can change the world. Even when it seems impossible. Jenna smiles. Confused but touched. Marina walks away. Heads to the ballroom for her talk. Richard is waiting. No longer CEO. He promoted someone younger. Now he devotes full time to the foundation they built together. Ready? He asks. Always. They enter the ballroom. Side by side. Not as boss and employee. Not as experiment and subject. As partners. Friends. Chosen family. Marina takes the stage. Looks at the audience. Hundreds of executives. Employees. All there to hear about the revolution of human dignity in the corporate world. She takes a deep breath. Thinks of the journey. The $150. The pain. The forgiveness. The transformation. Good morning. My name is Marina Hayes. And this is the story of how a simple act of kindness changed not just my life, but an entire corporation. And it can change yours too. And she begins to speak. Because stories of kindness need to be told. Retold. Shared. Until kindness isn't the exception. But the rule. In the end, what matters more, a lifetime of small kindnesses no one sees, or one big gesture everyone applauds? And if you could plant just one seed of change in the world, what would it be?